Hello, hello, hello. It is day 16 of 21 for 21 days of celebration, 21 days of gratitude. Today, I think I was supposed to talk about flexibility, but I don't want to talk about flexibility. I want to talk about perspective. So I am grateful today for perspective. Usually, usually when I think about perspective, I think about kind of all of our experiences, kind of like the amalgamation of experiences that we have and kind of what that allows us to bring to the table and kind of contribute to the way that we look at the world, the way that we look at a problem or solutions or kind of the conversations that we have. And I had an interesting session. So I met a coach and I got a free session. So I was like, yay, free session. And it really made me think about the different perspectives that we bring to the work that we do, particularly in like coaching or energy work. And by that, I mean kind of specific skills or usually tools or modalities. That's kind of what I'm talking about specifically. So tools and modalities that we bring to the table as coaches and healers that add to our ability to help a person. Um, I, like I said, typically think would have talked about perspective from the lens of, well, if you travel the world and you experience different cultures, then you're exposed to different things. You see, how different people live. You see and experience the foods and the cultures and just a different way of life. And then that can help you see different things when you go home or when you are in your own space. It helps you recognize things that maybe prior to that experience you wouldn't have recognized. And I know for me, I like that happens every time I walk out the door because having I've traveled a lot. I kind of see, I've seen, I've talked to lots of different people, and it never ceases to amaze me, like the differences we have, but also the similarities we have, but also the different ways we view similar topics. And that's because of cultural differences or upbringings or community differences around the world, but we all have our different kind of viewpoints and perspectives that we bring to the table that contribute kind of another viewpoint to a certain problem or issue that someone might be dealing with. One thing that I valued as a consultant, so I kind of later in my consultant career would say that it's a little bit of a problem that I can kind of spin a topic or spin an issue like 10 or 15 different ways. Like I was able to kind of see the different, like if you imagine kind of a Rubik's Cube, like looking at the different sides of the Rubik's Cube, like a 3D object, like looking at all the different sides, looking at all the different perspectives and ways to tackle a solution or ways to spin an argument to benefit you or to benefit someone else. That it comes from exposure, it comes from experience, it comes from being observant and noticing kind of little things about what people like to hear, what people like to see, and how they react positively or negatively to specific words or colors or designs or things like that. So there's a little psychology behind that. However, it is all the ability to bring perspective, and then with perspective you can also bring empathy to the table because you can relate to people and what they're going through, and sometimes solution together. Ultimately that's best because everyone ends up being happy with a solution that people come up with together. Although you can't please people all the time. You can't please all the people all the time. So you always have to take that with a grain of salt too. But So going back to this whole perspective thing that I was thinking about. So I'm grateful for, in this particular session, I had no idea what was going to happen. And I was able to kind of see, experience, clear, release things that I wouldn't have been able to do on my own, because this person brought another perspective to the table. So they hit it from another angle, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't have to do the work. I can allow them to guide me in whatever way they are going to guide me. And I can just relax and just kind of be in, let my body, let my energy field do the work. So that got me thinking about the different ways, different healers help people. We all have different strengths, we have different gifts, we all have different perspectives that we bring to the table through all of our certifications and just life experience. And that's valuable. So that's kind of why different types of coaches and healers and teachers and mentors, that's why different types of us are needed, because we all bring something different to the table through our unique lensing. And some might think it's like, okay, well, that's just competition. But no, actually, if everyone just is kind of stepping into their unique magnificence and strength, then there really is no competition, because we're all different. Like there's 7 billion of us on the planet. Like we're all different. We all bring something different to the table. None of us are going to see the world. None of us are going to see the world through kind of the same set of eyes. So we're all going to think and see and solution a little bit differently. And I just kind of appreciated that, sitting in the session and then kind of reflecting on what I do with people, what my coach does with me, what I've done with previous coaches, what I do with my clients, and what other healers I know do with their own clients. Like it really, really, really hit home the value of perspective. And previously I would have just been like, okay, well, I have a unique perspective because I'm an only child, or I have a unique perspective because I grew up in a military family, or I have a unique perspective because I have lived with a diagnosis, so I understand that. I have a unique perspective, but like all of those things contribute to my perspective, and someone else is going to have a different perspective, and both of them are right. So I really I'm grateful for that kind of awareness and the ability to fully embrace it, because I know sometimes it's really, really difficult to just fully embrace all of ourselves, because we always find something wrong with us. There's always a flaw, there's something wrong, there's always something to fix. And it just really, I just really got present to the fact that perspective is good, and to have a good solution and have good results, like you need a variety of perspectives. You need a variety of experiences to contribute to that perspective, to then help others or help yourself. And to be able to kind of look at that, Rubik's Cube, look at all the different sides, look at all of the different aspects, call on different resources and tools, and really be able to appreciate the fact that you can do that, but also appreciate the fact that you can kind of empathize and connect with others and make, whatever situation you're going through a better time. So I'm grateful for perspective today, because I'm looking at it from a new perspective. How cheesy is that? I'm looking at perspective from a new perspective. But I do wonder how many people are thinking about that, questioning that, saying thank you for their unique experience and their ability to connect with people on another level because of their unique experience. And really being able to look at your own life and have gratitude for your own life because of the experiences that you've had and the things that you've seen, the people that you've talked to, whether it is, people in the highest ranks of the military down to, having a conversation with someone on the street. So all of it matters. All of it is extremely important because it contributes to who we are and how we move about in the world. So today I'm grateful for perspective and the awareness that there's a new way to look at it. So I wonder if you also have gratitude for perspective and your unique perspective that you bring to the world, because all of us have a unique perspective that we bring to the world. And I think the world would be a better place if we all recognize the value that we bring through our unique perspective. I think that'd be a good thing. So let me know what you think.